All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something huge, something we use every single second of our lives, energy. And believe me, the story behind it is way more complex and, honestly, more fascinating than you probably think. Let's get right into it.
Think about it for a second. Every single time you use power, you're tapping into this massive interconnected global web. It's a web of power sources, incredible technologies, and, big decisions that have literally shaped our world. So let's pull back the curtain and see what's really going on.
Okay, before we go any further, let's just get on the same page. At its most basic, energy is just the capacity to do work. That's it. It's the power to move things, to heat things up, to light up our world. You could almost call it the fundamental currency of the universe, and how we get it and use it, well, that defines just about everything.
So where are we actually getting all this energy? I mean, to have any idea where we're going, we first have to know where we are right now. And when you map it out, you realize our energy landscape is basically split into two completely different worlds.
Yep, that's right. Every single watt of power, every drop of fuel we use, it all comes from one of two main categories. And understanding the difference between these two, really understanding it, is the absolute key to our entire energy future.
So on one side, you've got non-renewable energy. The best way to think about this is like a finite bank account of energy that's been saved up for millions of years underground. We just keep making withdrawals. But on the other side, you've got renewables. These are more like a river that's always flowing. They come from natural processes that are happening all the time, constantly being replenished.
Now, for the last couple of centuries, these three, coal, natural gas, and oil, have been the undisputed kings of that energy bank account. No question. They've powered our revolutions, they've built our cities, the whole shebang. But here's the catch. That bank account has a limit, and we're starting to get close enough to see the bottom. So if our main energy source is finite, where do we even begin to look for a solution? Well, what if the answer isn't a new source at all? This brings us to what a lot of experts call the first fuel, and that's energy efficiency.
And this quote just nails it, right? Before we even start talking about building new solar farms or wind turbines, the single most powerful thing we can do is to just stop wasting the energy we're already making. It's a simple idea, but it's profound. The cleanest energy on Earth is the energy we never had to use in the first place.
So what does that actually mean, energy efficiency? It's super simple. It means getting the exact same result, but with less energy. This isn't about sacrificing or living in the dark. It's about being smarter. It means you still get a warm house, a bright room, or a ride across town. You just do it without all the waste.
And you can see this in action right here. Look at this building design. Every single part of it. From those shelves that are designed to bounce natural sunlight deep into the rooms, to the perfectly sloped roof just waiting for solar panels, it's all engineered to slash the need for electricity for lighting, heating, and cooling. That's smart.
Now let's hit the road. What you're looking at here is not your typical car engine. This is a hydrogen fuel cell. It completely rethinks how we get from A to B. Instead of an explosion in a cylinder, it chemically combines hydrogen with oxygen from the air. And you know what the only byproduct is? Water. It's just a fantastic example of getting way more mileage out of our energy.
In this whole efficiency revolution, it doesn't stop with our homes and cars. It goes right into the factories that make all of our stuff. This might look like just a piece of complicated machinery, but a high-efficiency boiler like this one can massively cut the energy needed to manufacture goods. And that in turn lowers the hidden energy cost of pretty much everything you buy.
Oh, and this visual is just brilliant. It shows exactly how our personal choices play a huge role. Just look at this. It's the exact same number of people in all three pictures. In cars, they take up an entire city block. On bikes, a tiny fraction of that. And all on one bus, they barely take up any space at all. This isn't just about traffic, you guys. This is a perfect picture of energy efficiency in action. Okay, so first, we stop wasting energy. We make everything as efficient as possible. But we're still going to need power, right? So where does that come from? Well, now we can move to the other side of the equation and look at how we can tap into the incredible, immense power of the natural world itself. See, renewable energy operates on a totally different set of rules. It doesn't draw from a bank account. It taps into natural flows: sunlight, wind, the movement of water. And think about this, the fuel itself is totally free, and it will never, ever run out. The real challenge, and where the cost comes from, is just in building the cool tech we need to capture it.
And when you talk about renewables, you have to start with the true powerhouse of our solar system, The sun. And get this fact, in just a single hour, the sun beams more energy down to Earth than all of humanity uses in an entire year. The potential here isn't just big, it's absolutely staggering.
So how do we grab that power? Well, one of the most amazing ways is with a solar panel. It works using something called the photovoltaic effect, and it's basically magic. Sunlight hits a special material, and that impact literally knocks electrons loose. Those moving electrons are then channeled into a circuit, and that flow of electrons, well, that is electricity. It's a direct, clean conversion of light into power. So cool!
But of course, solar isn't the only game in town. We can harness the sheer kinetic force of moving water with hydroelectric power. We can use the wind to spin massive turbines. We can even generate energy from organic stuff like plants through bioenergy. Each one of these taps into a different powerful natural flow of energy on our planet.
Okay, so we've got efficiency on one side and a whole bunch of amazing renewable technologies on the other. But here's the crucial thing. Bringing all this together isn't just about plugging in a few new gadgets. It's about fundamentally redesigning the world we live in.
And this isn't some far-off dream. We can see it starting to happen right now. On the left, you've got the vision for a city in Germany designed from scratch to weave together green energy and smart design. And then on the right, that's Cyberjaya in Malaysia, a real-world, modern city that's being built today with sustainability at its very core.
Which really brings us to the biggest takeaway of all. The path to a sustainable energy future isn't just one thing, it's two. On one hand, we absolutely need incredible new technology. Better solar panels, smarter grids, the works. But all that tech is useless without the other half, changes in our own behavior, the little choices we all make every single day. So as we wrap this up, we're left with this one big question. We have the tools. We know the challenges. The technology is getting better and cheaper every single day. At the end of the day, the future of energy really just comes down to the choices we're going to make, as individuals and as a global community. The question is, what will our choices be? Thanks for watching The Explainer.